Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time around here, well, what an absolute madness yet again from the private firm that does security for Leeds City Council. Yet again I was viciously, violently and thuggishly attacked for absolutely nothing. It is unbelievable. Right, so let me just show you a small little clip and then I'll talk to you about it in more detail. Cut out violence, guys. What are you doing? Stop being a dickhead. Yeah, right, so I'm still a bit stressed anyway. Some backstory. So a lot of yous, well, I know all of yous apart from my close friends won't know this, but I am actually a carer for an individual. This individual has very specific needs. He has very serious mental health and depression problems. He's currently under section for psychiatric assessment at the Leeds Beckling Centre, which is actually just behind me right now. And he's also got housing issues. He's technically homeless at the moment in time. So I've took this individual down to the Leeds housing office, and we're inside and we're waiting. As soon as I've walked in, I have noticed security looking at me. They know me, they know who I am, etc. And when we walked in, there were about 2 security. By the time things happened, there were 6, 7 members of security. However, so the young person that I care for, had a ticket that you get when you get in, and it was number 270. So we've waited. It's got, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. A wait. Boom, it goes to 71, 72, 73, 74. So I'm thinking, wow. So anyway, he speaks to a lady and she goes, oh, basically we've been having computer problems. You have to get another ticket and wait again. Bear in mind at this point, been waiting around an hour in the office. So obviously the young person was somewhat distressed, and he had an e-vape cigarette stick with him, and he was putting it to his mouth, but he wasn't smoking. He was like putting it to his mouth, like biting it on his teeth and twisting it in his teeth, whatever. And the security officer said to him, oh, if you're smoking that in here, you're going to have to leave. So I'm not smoking it, I'm just playing with it, etc. Sorry, so then he's put it back to his mouth again, and security's gone, right, you're going to have to leave. He's, no, I want smoking. Anyway, security have asked him to leave, and they said, if you don't move right now, we're going to start using force to remove you, which they did. So they started using force. Again, I'm not going to discredit that specific action because they do have that legal right to use force to evict someone from their premises when asked to leave and you refuse to leave. However, so I've got my camera on, I'm recording, and you'll see in the first instance, that clip that you've just seen, you'll see in the fuller video in a moment, that first things first, he gets directly in front of my camera and he's blocking it with his back, and he stands on my toes and he's like, oh sorry, I didn't see you there. Clearly did. He clearly stared at me 2 seconds ago. It was being, I'm not even sure the right word for it. It was being a TWAT for the purpose of being so. So I then got up and I follow the group of security that are pushing Dan out of the this community centre hub, and as I tried to get round him, and as I was trying to get round him, he's put his arm out and it literally, like, he struck me. He's gone whack. Cut out violence, guys. What are you doing? Stop being a dickhead. And he struck me into like my chest, and then I got hit on the back of my head. He scratched my neck. There's a scratch on my neck. I'll stick a picture in. And they've grabbed me by the neck, and he's gone to grab the phone off me, tried to take the phone out of my hand. As he's grabbed the phone to try to take it out of my hand, he's managed to hit the power button, so it's turned off and stopped recording. And then we got outside. I was very angry, but I was smart enough and not stupid enough to start making any threats, asking to fight. I reserved reserved myself to the highest standard, which I'm quite proud of myself for doing that, because it don't normally take a lot to make Marti go from 0 to 100. So as I'm stood outside, the security guard gets this. He comes back to the door, he opens the door, and he says, "Hey, how are Lexi and Lincoln?" That's my children's name. My children's names, should I say. Obviously, my adrenaline spiked to 1,000,000%. However, I still didn't say a word back to him. I go back a number of years, I'd have probably acted differently. I might have got into a physical altercation, verbal altercations. However, knowing what I know now, and I know how to take these companies to the civil courts and sue them and take action against them, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So we will come back to that soon. Yeah, sorry about that. So in light of that, and light of the events, I have contacted the council. I've made the formal civil complaints, as you need to do, and then I went and made the subject access request for body-worn footage and the CCTV. I'm in two minds of whether to bother with the police. I know it helps the civil claim, but there's no point. If anything, it's just going to extend the claim. Extend the period where we're going to be able to start the civil claim. So I think the best thing to do is just I'm going to go speak to HNK. So guys, I've just come off the phone with HNK, and they have advised me to make a criminal complaint against them. So that's what I'm going to do. Right guys, so I'll leave you now to watch the video in full, what I've got.
Yeah, mate, sorry. I didn't even know I stood there anyway, sorry.
Yeah, of course you didn't.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
Cut out violence, guys. What are you doing?
Sorry, I didn't mean
Stop
that.
being a dickhead.
Okay.
So there you go guys, that is that. As you see, I didn't say or do anything wrong. In fact, the only thing that slipped my mouth was D-head, and that slipped out of my mouth after the second I got struck. More than a reasonable response, I do believe, don't you? So anyway, that's it guys. So I'll update you in days to come, whatever happening, and until then, as always, for the next one, stay safe, peace and respect.